tripper there, brother.
Yes, sir. It's a little piney.
You know, I could feel a print right here. You know, G, I wish we didn't have all these dried up pine needles.
Yeah.
What if we expose it? See? There. See what I'm saying? There, expose it. There you go.
Yep.
You could feel feel my hands down in there?
Yeah.
Look at that. This thing's heavy. To make an impression in this like that, you gotta weigh it. You gotta weigh over 600 pounds. Probably 600-700 pounds to make this kind of. But look at that. I could feel the heel here, right in here. There'd be their pads right through here. See how that humps up?
Yep.
I can feel my hands going like that. And you go up in here, see? And I could feel where there would be toes. There, we keep going, see what I'm saying? The sucker's getting bigger. There's your width. Anyway, that's the only way you could tell. This stuff is kind of nerve-wracking, you know? Let's see what else we got. You know, the last time when we were here 2 weeks ago, we came from the north. Now we just went up south. We're following this trail up here, G. They're definitely trapping through here. There's no ifs or buts about it.
That they are.
Now, look at this. You see, now I feel another one. Show my foot seams. Look how deep it's gone. Look at that. Look at the difference. Oh, gee. Look at got some more scat. Got some droppings. Oh, good. This one's a little bit fresher. Remember when I was talking about what they originally will come out in color? There you go. You get that light brown, and sometimes it'll almost look like a kind of like a brown beige color, or it's a little dark. And usually on the surface, like I told you when I was scraping it away, and this is the color you should see. So when it sets out in the environment, it starts decaying really rapidly. There's all your pine nuts. I see berries. And let me see, diameter. There you go. About, it looks like around 1.5 inches. There you go, there's a good one. This is probably this is from a young adult. Remember we kept following this, G?
Yep.
Remember I told you, man, I know we were on their trail. This is leading all the way back in there, and it's dropping down, and then you got that ridge line. What else we got? I'm just kind of... You know what? You know, if anything, when we do find the droppings, if you think about it, there's nothing in the Sierras that I know that does droppings like this, except for one that we do know. And to be, probably you too, right, G? When you come across this, That's pretty damn good evidence. It's almost as good as if it being there doing it.
Oh yeah.
Because something alive and breathing did that. And if it don't belong to anything in here, see, which we already know, I already did my research on that years ago. That is Squatch. Or, did you hear that?
Yep.
Sounds like something kind of heavy moving around like that. You heard that, didn't you? Weird, I got all quiet. I'll tell you one thing. So far, we're pretty damn lucky. We got some decent weather, and we're getting towards the end of October. Yeah?
Usually some snow up here.
Yeah. We're going to have I think we might have a late winter. Rains haven't even hit yet. Well, let's get on here. You got this clearing right through here. I could see trails, so they're coming either direction. Something's coming right through here. We always look for these openings. They're not going to go through all the thickets. No way. Careful, Zeke. What do we got here? Let's see.
We can make it through there.
Something did come through here before I stepped here. See that? Right here?
Yep.
Shrub. Something stepped on it already. See it? Something did come through here. You got it, buddy?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Careful. Let's see. We're still on track.
Yeah, go ahead and stand out here for them.
Hey. Got another one.
All right.
Now, I like this because we got two different colorizations. Now, see the one I was talking about. For the ones we filmed a couple weeks ago, and you can still see all full of the pine nuts. This one's a little different than the other one back there. Young adult. So we've got two young adults. And this is where you'll see kind of like a dark color. Now this here looks like a couple days old. So it's been sitting there decaying in the environment. So it's going to get more, starts getting harder in context and a little darker in color. But the one we showed previous before that, that's what they look like before they get attacked by the environment. So now we know they're coming through here. I'll tell you something, these guys are hard to track, dude. Hard. Well, so I think we're going to go ahead and hey guys, how you doing? I wasn't ignoring you guys or anything, or gee, we're just doing our thing, doing our research. Well, there you go. So this is a continuous trail that we're back on following since from 2 weeks ago, and as you could tell, we got some more piles of droppings, and definitely Squatch. No doubt about it. So I do know, we know they're traveling through here now. So what me and G are going to do, that we perfected through the years, is we're going to set up some stations to feed them, and we're going to plant some cameras. And because right now, when winter does hit, we might have to keep these up here for who knows how long. So the deal is now we're getting these set up. We're going to get everything we need to get done right now. When we get done with this video, we'll go ahead and plant our cameras, set our food out, because I know they're coming through here now. And we do know the kind of foods that really hits their fancy, so to speak. It works every time too, guaranteed. Anyway, so that's the plan. And we got some other things we'll be doing. So before I wrap this up, there's I had a fella from Canada, Ontario, Canada, and he sent me an email, and so I got this downtime right now, me and G, before we finish our business, because when we get done planting the cameras and stuff, we're gonna head on home and enjoy the rest of our weekend for once. Right, G?
Oh yeah.
So anyway, these are really good questions, and you know, guys, I can't get to all of you. When I do get questions, you know, I try to do the best I can, and I do, you know, and I do pick the when questions are asked of us, I do pick the you know, the best type of ones to answer. Okay, no tomfoolery type, just straight up, and I give you straight to the point answer. So anyway, so this is from Derek from Ontario, Canada. Derek, he asked us 4 different questions. They're damn good questions. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you the answers, Derek, best I can. First question is, why is it so hard to capture Bigfoot on trail cams or cameras? That's a very simple answer. Number one, these guys are highly intelligent. Okay, we're dealing with a total hyper species, and he or she is not really what a lot have grown to think of what it is throughout the years, and that is why I will get to that before the end of the year. But my research through the years, especially at this point, I am leaning so much towards hominin, early hominin. And I ain't joking. I'm telling you how it is. So, anyway. The second thing is, these guys are so intelligent believe it or not, they learn a lot by observing us, other humans. And we know through our own experiences, they do know what a camera is. They know what this is. They know what a rifle is. And they also are intelligent enough that those items are a threat. We know for a fact that that times we have put our cameras up, that we know we're being watched, and times we come back and our cameras have been they've been tampered with, smashed, bitten. They've tried to literally pull them off the trees. In fact, remember that one what was that, about a couple years ago, where they literally snapped the whole tree, brought it down?
Yep.
Snapped the whole damn tree just to get to our camera and took off with the camera. I kid you not, guys. This is honest to God truth.
We done lost a lot of cameras.
Yeah, they're expensive. Especially it gets hard when you're self-financed. Anyway, so, and thirdly, look it. A lot of people will put their cameras up, but you know what, you're doing it on an assumption. A lot of them doing it on an assumption, or it's like, you know, it's a gamble. You know, 50-50, I'm going to get it or I ain't. Okay? You can't, if you don't know exactly what you're doing, if you do not have the experience, and to have the experience means you've had to, what I call OJT, on the job training, of the experience of why you're researching, which me and G have had quite a bit. I tell you what, we got things we could tell you that we've never talked about. Anyway, Derek, there's your answers on that. They know how to avoid cameras. They will watch you, you know, they'll watch you set them up, and they're going to avoid them. It's that simple. A good instance. If you guys go back to one of our previous videos, I believe it was called, wasn't that called Shadow of a Squatch? Remember that one, G?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where our cameras actually picked up the full-length shadow of a Sasquatch. And why was that way it was? Because he was avoiding the cameras. He knew they were there. He also, when we came back to check the cameras, I know he tampered with them at the same time. But see, he was so intelligent, he wouldn't expose himself. We've been doing this for years, and Derek, to be quite honest with you, that's quite a heavy task. The videos that we have taken with our trail cams, and even with our cameras, in fact, are real. They're not fake. They are real. Okay. Second question, what's your opinion on Todd Standings?
Plead the fifth.
I ain't turning my back on you guys. I got to think about this one. It's a rough one. What do you think, G?
I plead the fifth.
I hear you. I hear you, brother. Derek, on this one, Todd Standings. I am aware of everything that he's put up on the internet. We'll put it that way. I know who he is. Does he, do they look like anything that I saw, Garland saw? That we both have saw together many times? No. No, they don't look like any of that. I hate to break everybody's heart, but no. No way, Jose. Not even close. I'm sorry. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'll leave the rest of that self-explanatory. The rest of you could figure that out. Okay? I'll just leave it as that. Now, and I won't ask Garland again because he's already played the fifth. So, okay, the third one. Why are the special ops and government involved? Huh. Good question, isn't it? What do you think, G?
Very good question.
Very good question. And I got some really good answers. How you like that? Let's see. Now, I'll start out with government. The government's pretty much they're pretty much handling this situation kind of like they would handle UFOs. You know where that goes. Do they know that if these creatures actually exist? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Definitely, 100%. That's a fact. They know they're so real that they even have a law that protects them. It's a federal law. I posted that up. I think about, what was that, a year ago, 2 years ago?
Yep, about 2 years.
It's on my site. Look it up. The actual federal law. Not only does it protect our Sasquatch, but it protects all unknown species. So you have to understand unknown species. So if you think that our government does not realize that there is things on this planet that still exist, and without nobody else's knowledge, you better think twice. Now, and you want to ask their interest, and there's an answer for you. Dark ops, or black ops. I prefer them to call them black ops. As I mentioned before, because most of those guys were like me, rangers. But I'd rather be a Vietnam Ranger any day. I trained by the best of the best. Anyway, what's their interest? It's very simple, Derek. What their particular job is this, and they're sent through particular channels of the government. And basically what it is, for say when we got visited that night, it's they don't like to have species human contact. Okay? They don't want that. I know people out there, I know y'all probably heard all these horror stories of Sasquatches coming unglued, tearing people apart, and what the hell ever. These kind of incidents, can they happen? Yes, they can. I've said it myself, me and G both. These guys can be very dangerous if they're not approached properly or treated properly. That's a fact. If they feel threatened in any way, shape, or form, they're going to defend themselves. I've seen these things out here. You don't want any part of that. God's my witness. You want no part of it. I've been out here, we've been out here, and I'm not kidding you. I've seen G knees knocking so damn hard, man. I thought damn Bigfoot was wood knocking. I was ready to communicate back. So I turned around, looked down, it was damn old G's knees knocking. So yeah, he gets nervous too, guys. This stuff's real, man. It's real. And the other thing is, so they don't want that. They don't want the species to get too close to humans and have that kind of contact. So they prefer to be referee and stay in the middle and push it away. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes what they'll do is what they'll call is capture and release. Is well, they'll actually, if they find there's either rogues or in groups or whatever, and if they find that it's a problem, they will try to capture them, and they'll remove them from the area and they'll take them somewhere else and release them. In some incidents, they are also called in to euthanize. Okay? So, what's the interest for black ops? Goes to our federal government. And what's the interest to our federal government? And Derek, there are your answers. Now, last one. When you first started your field research in the Sierras, were the Squatches ever hostile towards you and your team? Not really. Not really. If you appear to be absolutely no threat, if you're really diligent in how you handle it and approach them, they're not going to harm you in any way, shape, or form. Now, we've had moments where they threw things at us. I think, what was it, 2 years ago, we were doing a video and we caught it right on video. Remember that one?
Yep.
That damn bastard threw a rock at me. Remember to hit the tree? I was sitting right here, guys. There's a tree like here, or like this. There's a tree like here, you know, and I'm like this. I was just talking. All of a sudden, this thing, I seen this rock come flying out of nowhere and went, boom, hit there and bounced off. You can see the debris coming off the pine tree. We caught it on video. Now that one there, I mean, either he was trying to get my attention or his throw was off. It was one of the two. I wasn't going to question it. It was one of the two, but he didn't hit me. Usually the ones we come across, they have thrown things at us to get our attention, but never to harm us.
They like throwing at Toby.
Oh yeah, Toby, he got it all the time.
Yeah, they always throw at him.
All the time. What was that? About a year and a half ago, we were camped out. Remember, that's when he had his rover. And I sat. We were at the camp. We were at the camp. Me and Garham sitting back there, and Toby had his rover like over in here in this area. And I sat here, and right on a timber line, I started seeing some things getting chucked out of the woods. And it was hitting it hit the side of this rover. Remember that?
Yeah.
Then I seen one of them actually step out of the woods. You could see his eyes kind of glowing, and he chucked a big hunk of wood and hit his rover right on the broadside on the door. Remember that, Toby Joe? What the hell was that? I said, he's over there throwing shit at your vehicle. That was funny.
They like messing with him.
Yeah, they're kind of like, I don't know, kind of like pranksters in a way, I guess. But the ones we've usually run into, to be honest with you, Derek, they're very intelligent. Now, probably the ones up, I'd say more up north. What do you think, Jay?
Oh yeah, they're violent.
Up towards Oregon, around that area?
Trinity.
Yeah, they're aggressive, very aggressive. But most of them up there running rogues. But they are very aggressive. They don't even like to be tampered with. So, and I'll tell you something else. I kind of lightened up doing some research up in there because we pretty much well covered what we could cover up there, and things ain't really up there the way it used to be years ago. So I'll just put it that way. Where we conduct our main research, as I said, nobody knows, and nobody will ever know. And that's a fact, G. Nobody knows where we're at. Now, right here, so I pretty much we've already confirmed it. We've been out here doing some field research. I've come to my conclusions now. I've confirmed there is squatches coming through here. No ifs or buts about it. So, hey guys, we're gonna wrap this up, and I'm gonna go ahead. We got to get our cameras set, and we want to go home, get the hell out of here, and enjoy what's left of the weekend. So we got Saturdays disappearing on us fast. So hey, for me, adios. Gotta go. See you later.